So we have some exciting news. We're gonna talk about the bans. Wizards came out with a new ban list, a banned and restricted announcement. Just came out right now. Not right now, but it came out earlier this morning. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna do like a. I don't know what deck we're gonna work on exactly. I'm thinking the Clothis and Theater of Horrors deck is probably what we're gonna work on because that seems like the most fun. But I'm not 100% sure. All right, so the first thing we got, banned and restricted announcement. All right, Golos is banned in Brawl. So this means that, do we like this? Do we like that Golos is banned? Brawl. I'm going to say yes, and not only, I don't necessarily want to say it's because Golos is busted or anything like that. I think it's more because it turns too many decks online, or it turns that deck specifically online. So essentially what you have is you're restricted to a 2-mana planeswalker. There's only one 3-mana planeswalker, I think, right now, and that's Bolas, right? I think that's the only 3-mana planeswalker. Just do gold. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. So Nicol Bolas is the only. Let's see. And then we can just look for legendary. Legendary. Okay. So I think this actually counts as 5 colors. So basically what we're trying to find out right now is for Brawl, you need to have a commander, right? Commander needs to be a legendary creature or planeswalker. And then you can only put in cards in that deck that are the same cards as your commander. And that's why Golos was still... that's why Golos was used more than anything else, I think, because he was able to do 5 colors instead of just 2 or 3. It was only 3 if you were using Bolas. And I believe Kenrith is also the same. So this makes me think that Kenrith may be in the majority of decks now that Golos is gone. I could be wrong, but I don't. I think that's the only next logical step. If I were to take a guess, because just being able to run a 3rd color is really good. Because you can just throw in Kenrith and put in whatever fucking colors you want. You don't even have to put in white. And it's the same with Golos. You could just use him randomly. Yeah, I guess Yorick is one. Yeah, so there's a few 3-color ones. There's a few. Oh, and there's Nimizit, but it's like, eh. So yeah, I guess there's quite a variety. I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. The other one. So there's like 10 color combinations that you could use. If you want 3+ colors, that is. Either way, I don't know if we care too much about it. I know, because Golos is a very, very, very good card. They have to have reasons. Okay. In Brawl play and Arena, decks using Golos as their commander have risen to become about 10% of the field. This makes Golos twice as popular as the next most popular Brawl commander. Okay. While this isn't inherently problematic, I was just about to say that I don't understand why that's a bad thing. Golos' 5-color identity also circumvents deck building restrictions that most other Brawl decks need to work within. True. But that's, I mean, it's 5-color. Additionally, Golos' ability to tutor for any specific land, which can, among other things, help pay for future commander taxes. Also true. Reduces variety of gameplay in a way that's inconsistent with the spirit of singleton format. Okay. So I can kind of understand their stance on this part. The fact that it was chosen, the fact that Golos was chosen more than twice as much as any other deck or any other commander does seem a bit excessive. Is that MTG Worlds 20. Well, let's just look at the deck list. Because even deck lists, I mean, let's see. 3, 4. Yeah, so even with this, it was pretty much like there was mono red, Azorius, Teamer, or Jeskai, whatever. Yeah, there was a few different decks that comprised of the majority of it just in the biggest tournament that was most recent. But there was nothing that was twice as much as all the other ones. That hasn't happened. So that is interesting. Okay. So historic. Following cards are moved from suspended to banned. What is the difference between suspended to land? Or suspended to banned? I don't understand what that difference is. So Oko has been officially moved to the banned list. Once upon a time, also. I never played during this era, so I have no idea. I say era, it was like one set ago. I didn't play in that, so I have no idea how busted Oko was. So 3 mana comes in with the 6-pack. It's pretty brutal. Oh, and 2+ abilities? Alright, could be a 5-pack, but let's see. Create a food token. So you get 1 food token. +1 target artifact or creature loses all its abilities and becomes a green elk. So you just, okay. Exchange control of target artifact or creature your opponent controls. Wait. Exchange control of target artifact or creature you control and target creature an opponent controls with power 3 or less. I'm missing something. Why is this busted? I'm definitely missing. There must be some crazy combo that happened with this. I saw all like the elk memes, like everything's an elk, but I don't know. I don't know. Alright, once upon a time, if this spell is the first spell you've cast this game, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them, put it into your hand. The rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. So you could do this on turn 0. It's pretty powerful. Veil of Summer, I fucking love this card. Draw a card if opponent casts a blue or black spell this turn. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. And your permanents you control gain hex from blue. See, this is fantastic. Why did they ban this? I don't understand. This was like, they're like, you know, we need to make counter spells even better by countering the counters, you know? Now you have to run blue if you want to counter counters. Seems legit. Following cards are moved suspended to Leal. They brought back Field of the Dead. Okay, that's good. Well, I guess with Golos was a big thing with the Field of the Dead. So I guess with banning Golos, they could unban Field of the Dead, but that was historic. This is Brawl. All right, let's see what their thing is. Okay. In the last historic update, 4 cards were suspended from the format for having problematic win rates and reducing diversity. Okay. Now updates to those suspensions, with Field of the Dead becoming unsuspended and Oko, Veil of Summer, and Once Upon a Time becoming banned. Because of the digital first nature of historic and its unique approach to adding card content, our philosophy is, when possible, to introduce answers to the problematic cards rather than ban them. I can see that, yeah. In the case of Field of the Dead, we're introducing some new answers with historic anthologies too. Land destruction? Oh, wait. Tap, sacrifice, destroy target land, and its controller may search your library for a basic land card and put it into the battlefield, then shuffle their library. Garbage. Garbage. Who the fuck cares about that? Okay. This is nice. See, we get some land destruction right here. We got some land destruction. It's 4 mana, but it's also a 2/1 haster. It's not quite a rubble rating. Rubble rating is still much better. That's not bad. I know, I was so excited. Introducing new answers. Look at this garbage card. What set was this from? Oh, Commander Anthology 2018. Okay. So sad. With these new options and other decks picking up powerful additions, optimistic that we can reintroduce Field of the Dead decks, use it without becoming dominant. All right. Okay, Oko, Veil of Summer, and Once Upon a Time are powerful cards that are difficult to interact with in an advantageous way. Okay. Somebody please tell me what Oko... Like, there was a busted-ass combo. It has to be. Because this doesn't seem that busted. Why was Oko banned? Okay. Why was Oko banned? Okay. Oko's been banned. We got Magic the Gathering Arena, brand new ban list. Just introduced. Oko was extremely oppressive card that could get out as early as turn 2 with help and set the tempo for the rest of the game. Pro players were essentially building around Oko or against him. The entire meta was completely dominated by that one card. Roughly 70% of some championships include Oko in every deck. That reign ends today as Oko is banned in Standard. Okay. 2, 6, 7. 7 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 16. Okay, so you have half the decks running Teferi. I guess that's not, I mean, that's not 70%, obviously. Yeah, let's look at this. Top creatures: Bone Crusher Giant, Robber, Brazen Borrower. Non-creature spells, Mystical Dispute, of course. Aether Gust, yeah. Teferi, of course. Fucking 40 Mystical Disputes. Oh shit, it's like a sideboard card, super hard. Top lanes, mountain. Okay. Well, yeah, pretty much everything. Pretty much every red deck had Bone Crusher Giant, is kind of what it sounds like. But it doesn't revolve around that, so yeah, interesting. Okay, so... Oh, so marquee character, new set, and one of the faces of Eldraine. Too bad. He's not the only banned card. Veil Summer Once Upon a Time are banned as well. Top existing recent Field of the Dead ban. Statement Magic Overseas. Magic Overseer Wizards of the Coast stated that standard metagame has been in an unhealthy state. That is a big fucking true. And they're addressing green's general dominance. Are they though? Are they though? Are they addressing green's dominance? 2, 5. Yeah, I guess so. Did they do it successfully? That's the next question. Yeah. There's no grace period in this arena. Oh, there is no grace period for this in arena. Those cards are banned right now and you cannot play them. So you will receive wild cards based on how many owns, which is always sweet. Tabletop play is scheduled ban November 22nd. Oh yeah, so this is super old. Oh, I only had one. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so that's why Oko was banned. I still don't understand how he was that dominant, but there's something that I don't know, something that I missed. I would have to see the combo. Let's see. There's gotta be one in here. Oko, Thief of Crowns, deck.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jeff, and today we
What up, Jeff?
some fun playing Magic, and we are playing Oko tokens today. So this deck actually
Oko
comes
tokens
from Magic Aids. At least that's the first person I saw it from, and
okay.
I recreated somewhat the exact same deck.
Let's see.
But it's not the exact same. But I really liked his build. I thought it was janky enough. I tend to stay away from the more like mainstream decks. I feel like this one will be eventually, but I wanted to play it before it got there. And so I'm going to try to get this out there kind of soon. But basically what we're trying to do is Woodland Champion, really good, gets to grow like crazy. We have our Gilded Goose, which will create tokens to build it up. We have Dreadhorde Invasion, which grows it. We have our Gilded Goose, which will create tokens.
Whenever one or more tokens enters the battlefield under control, you may
to build it up. We have Dreadhorde Invasion, which grows it and builds it up. Oko, which will grow it and build it up. And all of the tokens that we're creating, we can also turn into our 3/3 Elks with Oko, which are really powerful, especially Dreadhorde Invasion, which will get a counter on it as soon as it comes out because it creates an army. And then, which has it up here by the Amass.
I'm missing.
The very top there, sorry, up here. Anyway, and then Oko can turn those guys into 3/3 Elks, which will make them 4/4 Elks because they have a counter on them. And we can just keep doing that over and over and over again. Grind out value, just get big, massive creatures over and over again. We do have to gain life along the way, so that's why we do have our food tokens, which are good. Vraska, which can help us gain some life, just sacking permanents, maybe the food tokens as we go along. Assassin's Trophy to deal with basically everything out there. Murderous Rider to deal with everything.
Okay. Food is broken. Everyone keeps telling me to watch.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are on the sponsored account from Wizards of the Coast.
It's me, it's CGB.
We'll be playing a food deck, so hashtag sponsored. Don't
hashtag
get in trouble. This deck is all about getting food value. We have Gilded Goose, which we can use to make mana with our food, play with our food. And then we have Trail of Crumbs, which helps us dig through our deck and find the cards we want whenever we
sacrifice food. Pay 1. If you do, look top 2 cards of your library, reveal a permanent card. Oh, so it's like
sacrifice a food, we can pay 1. If
food,
you look at the top 2 cards of your library, you may reveal a permanent card and put it into your
permanent
deck,
card
on the bottom.
put in here.
Our deck has a ton of permanent cards. In fact, the only cards that aren't permanents is this one copy of Once Upon a Time, because I only really want to draw it in my opener, and these 2 Assassin's Trophies. So Trail of Crumbs is always going to hit, which can make it a nice value engine. Now, it's actually questionable how much I want this in the deck. I rarely actually ran out of things to do, but I'm still trying it out here today. The other things to note is that Golden Egg is a food. We can sacrifice it to fix our mana, and since Oko is our only blue card, along with Hydroid Crisis, we don't have much blue, so sometimes using the
I didn't know Golden Egg was a food itself.
We can also sacrifice the egg for anything that requires a food. An example would be probably one of the key cards in the deck, Wicked Wolf. This card is kind of...
Wicked Wolf enters the battlefield. It fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Sacrifice a food, put a 1/1 counter on Wicked Wolf. It's indestructible until end of turn.
Unassuming when you first read it, it's okay, but this card is powerful and can take down very large creatures if you stockpile your food. Also going through here, we've got Murderous Rider, which is the new adventure creature, a 2/3 lifelink zombie, but it is also destroy target creature or planeswalker and you lose 2 life as Swift End. A very sweet removal spell. Oko has so much text and does so many things. This 3-mana planeswalker is going to be a heck of a scourge in standard. A 1 and a green and a blue, 4 loyalty, +2, create a food token, +1, target artifact or creature loses all abilities and becomes a
Wow, did everyone think this was busted as fuck when it first got announced? Except for me?
You control, and target creature and opponent controls, power 3 or less. A lot of stuff going on. Really, we just kind of have to play with it. That's all I can really say. This card is wacky, and it really warps games. I like having Vraska because it's another way to sacrifice those food tokens and draw cards. The -3 is important to kill off a ton of small permanents in the format, from Rotting Regisaur to the opponent's Oko, Thief of Crowns. And then I have 2 Bullets of Citadel, and these can, of course, crank up the heat and help me go through my deck. We can always sacrifice our food tokens and our golden eggs for 3 life, and use that life to keep the Citadel going and gain a ton of value. So, yeah. Really excited to play this food deck.
Can see that.
A lot of them today, here and there, and this is the version I like for now. Although I'm still very iffy on the Trail of Crumbs. Might need something else to fill this spot, but a very fun deck, and I can't wait to show you some games.
That's crazy. His intro of where he's like, "Hey, it's me, it's CGB," is like a completely different. Like he says it in a completely different way than when he actually talks about Magic cards. It's like it's scripted, but he doesn't like the script. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody.
Oko. Yeah, buddy. The opponent is on the play. Their hand better be boss. They're gonna face a hand.
Turn 2 Oko.
Let's dance. Island, Merfolk Secret Keeper targeting yourself. So this is mill your top 4. We see Rankle, a Fabled Passage, Evantress Gargoyle, and Emery Lurker of the Lock. So our opponent's playing a graveyard-focused deck. Rather than read all the cards here right now, I'm going to wait till one of them actually somehow comes into play or something like that. But it looks like the opponent's plan is to use and abuse their graveyard. Gilded Goose will come down and make a food.
Is this what you guys like as far as content? Like, he's narrating every single card that he's doing. Would this be specific to like YouTube?
And Oko has a million abilities. Where to begin? Well, let's start by playing the card, shall we? Oko is our only blue card, so I'm going to get the Overgrown Tomb on the battlefield instead of the Oko. Using Gilded Goose is a little funky. You have to tap it for blue, click your food, do this thing, but then boom. Here we go. Our opponent has a Fabled Passage. They'll sacrifice. I mean, that's a plan, I guess. But our opponent can sacrifice the Fabled Passage. It's basically an Evolving Wilds until the opponent has 4 lands, and then they get an untapped land instead of a tapped land. So here's our food token. Looks like we got some apples and some fries posing as bananas, or vice versa. Opponent checking the Oko out. Will they have Murderous Rider right away to answer? Murderous Rider, a very popular new card.
Yeah. Yeah, Oko coming out on turn 2 with 6 loyalty.
Secret Keeper's actually decent.
I can see
if
that.
I turn anything into a food, it can't actually attack the opponent very well. And we see Embodiment of Agonies, a 3/3 flying Death Touch. Bad news, opponent Wicked Wolf is on the scene. It's a Death Touch, but this can become indestructible, which is pretty boss. So let's make another food token. We have to sacrifice a food token for mana. So let's make a green. Then we still need 1 more mana, so pay 2 life from the breeding pool. I'm going to go into full control mode because there's something funky here with the fight ability. We have to resolve our wolf. We have to target the Embodiment of Agonies. And with this on the stack, we have to activate Wicked Wolf and eat the last food to make the Wicked Wolf indestructible. So that the Wicked Wolf survives this ordeal with the embodiment. And there you go. 4/4 wolf on the battlefield. Embodiment of Agonies in the graveyard. Oko on 8 loyalty. And a lot of food still to come to keep the wolf indestructible and getting larger. While we also have Bolus's Citadel waiting in our hand.
Oof. Okay.
Uh-oh. Our opponent brought Rankle, the master of pranks. What will Rankle do? So if Rankle hits us, they can choose to have each player draw a card, each player discard a card, and each player sacrifice a creature. And each player pay 1 life, or lose 1 life when they...
Yeah, I was like, probably sacrifice a creature, right?
Discard a card is the choice. So...
you get rid of Citadel?
Turn you into food, or turn you into a 3/3. And I want to keep moving towards my Citadel.
Oh,
I guess I could drop off the trophy. That's a little bit risky because it's our last removal spell, so I think I'll get rid of the crumbs. And it's Agent of Treachery into the graveyard. Ooh. So sacrificing a creature. Do we give up the wolf? I think so, unfortunately. It's not about pressure anymore. It's about getting to the Citadel. We have to get to the Citadel.
Interesting.
So let's we can make a food token for our goose. We can make
Jesus Christ, and it's already like a 10.
Let's get our scry.
Yeah, I can see that.
We see a golden egg. It's okay. It's not great.
Huh.
We can play it to draw a card and have some extra food lying around. But hopefully we're playing Citadel next turn if we get to keep our goose. Doing that might require a trophy here. The opponent discarded Agent of Treachery, so I'm expecting some kind of reanimation. So we might just want to do this before the opponent can sacrifice Rankle to reanimate.
It's definitely not a bad idea.
If we're going to do that anyway, I guess we can also exchange control the goose for the Rankle. Wait, the goose can make an artifact and we can exchange that for the Rankle, right? Power 3 or less, yeah. Make a food token. -5. This for this. Mine. I assure you our deal is worth your while. Sweet! Sweet! Please don't have another Rankle to kill my Oko, though. I need the food. Cauldron of Eternity, though, for the opponent. They can pay 2 life and return a creature from their graveyard to the battlefield, like an Agent of Treachery, perhaps? And they steal back Rankle. Okay. Alright, I see what you did there. Well, let's make a food token. And let's go ham. It's Citadel time.
Jeez.
We only have 12 life to work with, so this may not get there. Pretty risky. Ooh, I don't actually want to pay for that, to be honest. That's too bad. Well, what can it do? Make a food token or turn this into an elk. I don't think those are worthy, so we'll say go. All the food is supposed to gain some life in a slowed down game, and that's where the Citadel can shine. Let's hope the opponent can't steal the Citadel as well. Oh, they're in face, ignoring Oko, which makes a lot of sense. Damage is activations of the Citadel. Now let's see what you do with the Master. The agent can't go back to the graveyard. It'll go to
lose a life and draw a card. That's actually really smart too.
Right,
yeah.
And out of there. Oh, Villas. So Villas is coming out. Well, this is a -5 though. We can steal the Villas if that's what the opponent does. We can steal the Villas if we can put any other like food or thing on the battlefield. Let's see how the opponent plays this. If they put out anything good, it's just a snatch it up. Very interesting spot. With a wolf on top of our deck, we can.
Does seem like busted shit. I guess if you have a bunch of counter spells in your deck, that would also kind of add to it. I don't know. Again, I'm still not. There has to be something else that's around. Like, I would think that people would know how to build around that. Like, don't you have to do that all the time anyway? Well, I mean, back before Eldraine came out, there was what, like 4 tier 1 decks, maybe? 3 or 4, something like that. And then, which was not good. I think it was actually less than that. It was probably like 2 or 3. And then, I mean, right now there's like 5 or 6 tier 1 decks, which is healthy when you say that, which is great. But the thing is, the gap between tier 1 and like the tier 1.5 is like a huge gap. And so it's very difficult to make jank decks work very well, which wasn't always like that. I still think pre-War of the Spark was really, really healthy meta. I don't know if that's true for everyone, but I feel like it was a lot healthier. Even though I fucking hated Teferi, the 5-mana Teferi. Hated that. Hated that card. But either way. Okay, Modern over the past months, Once Upon a Time has become one of the most played cards of Modern. See, that I see a lot more than like Historic. More than it getting yeah. Consistency provided by Once Upon a Time allows these decks much more reliability. Early game plan, blah blah blah. Yeah, because you could basically run Once Upon a Time in any deck. Just have like a 2 of and a mono black deck or whatever. It doesn't even fucking matter. Allows these decks much more reliability to enact their early game plan and other archetypes in the metagame, leading to less divergent gameplay paths. Going forward, Once Upon a Time. Yeah, because you could almost just mill until you get Once Upon a Time in your opening hand, and then play it. And it's an instant. It's pretty good. That's a really good card. Going forward, Once Upon a Time poses a design constraint, making it too easy to assemble creature and land-based combinations. In order to facilitate more varied gameplay and mitigate future risk, Once Upon a Time is banned in Modern. Okay. So it wasn't initially banned in Legacy or Modern. Interesting. It didn't even give... Oh, his Underworld Breach is banned in Legacy. What the fuck? Okay. Since release of Theros Beyond Death... See, I still don't even think Underworld Breach is a good card. But I guess it really is. I mean, when you're working with the... is it like if you're doing a self-mill deck, that could also add a lot of value to it. The adventure decks could use it a little bit. Show over the evolution of the combination of decks that revolve around interaction between Underworld Breach and Lion's Eye Diamond. What is this? Sacrifice Diamond, discard your hand, add 3 mana of any one color to your mana pool, activate this ability anytime you can cast an instant. Huh. And Brain Freeze. Target player puts top 3 cards of his or her library into her graveyard. In many cases, we'd allow a new breakout combo. So see the metagame can adapt. These decks it became clear from the rising win rates that Underworld Breach's interaction with Lion's Eye Diamond would remain problematic in Legacy going forward, rather than allowing these decks to become a large part of the competitive metagame. Choosing to ban it now. So it's kind of an early ban, but I suppose I can see. The hard part about Legacy is that there's just so many fucking cards that it's ridiculous. I don't know how people can like just play Legacy and know all of the, like, you would have had to play Magic from its inception until current to really be fluent with every single Legacy or every single card that's available in Legacy. If you want to like brew it, you're the one making new decks from Legacy cards. It's like, that's a whole nother level. See, in my opinion, Historic is already fucking difficult enough, and you only have 6 sets to deal with. 6 sets to deal with. Or I guess a little bit more now. What, like 9? Either way, and same with Modern. Modern is a fucking ton of cards. So Legacy, since release of Theros Beyond Death. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. What was Pioneer Brawl? Doesn't say anything. Generally, we're happy with how Pioneer metagame being played out. Pioneer is a non-rotating format, featuring cards. Turn to Ravnica. Okay. Move 60 cards. Maximum deck size, as long as you can shuffle your deck unassisted to 15 cards in your sideboard if used. Exception of basic lands, planeswamps, blah blah blah. And wastes. Standard releases from Return to Ravnica. Dash 2014 Theros cards. Interesting. Okay. Concerned about some of the new combos that broke out around the time the players' tours. including the Demir Inverter deck, Lotus Breach deck, and the Heliod Sun Crown plus. Okay, what is Walking Ballista? It's XX Walking Ballista enters battlefield with X/1/1 counters on it. Or put a 1/1 counter on Walking Ballista. Remove a 1/1 counter from Walking Ballista. It deals 1 damage to target player. So you put a 1/1 counter on it. You remove it to do something. You give it lifelink. So it's just an infinite combo. Yeah. With like 4 mana. I'm having a presence in the Pioneer metagame, but it's certainly possible to have the combos that are too strong or too prevalent. Combo decks can be unhealthy in large doses, especially when they are difficult to interact with, win quickly, or win too often. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yo, what up, YouTube? Yeah, we going here, Strider. Come on. You didn't really think that I was that type of person, did you? Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you were even a little bit entertained by this video, please make sure to let me know down below. And if you have anything that you would like to see next, go ahead and leave that there too. And make sure to check out my live stream 5 days a week, every day except Sunday and Thursday. Stream times down below.